We're talking big names. He's a Masters winner. That to me might be one of the most devastating announcements in this all. Some insane news is hitting the golf world this week. We've got PGA Tour players that are out of the tour. They've lost their tour card. Some huge names, some players we've been watching play in this sport, in this game for years, and they're gone. They've got to fight their way back onto this tour, and it's blowing my mind reading through this list of names that we potentially might not see playing week after week on the tour this coming PGA Tour season. Jason Dufner, he's out. I mean, this guy, he won the Memorial, he won the PGA Championship. He currently does not have a PGA Tour card. Brant Snedeker? Really? How are we not going to be seeing him starting on the PGA Tour? 9 PGA Tour wins. He's got over 79 top 10 finishes playing in 412 events. If that doesn't show you how competitive and how difficult it is to stay on the PGA Tour, I don't know what does. My guy, Yuan? Carl, my guy. This dude was the #1 points ranked player on the Korn Ferry Tour last year, makes his way back into the PGA Tour and misses the bubble by 1 spot. You've got to be in the top 125 players in points on the PGA Tour to keep your PGA Tour card for another year. He was 126. That has to be devastating. To be 1 spot off of keeping your PGA Tour card. He's got some fight in him though. I don't think he's done. Jimmy Walker, this guy won the PGA Championship in 2016. 46 top 10 finishes. This guy is a player. He's potentially not coming back. Harry Higgs, this dude has been fighting his way, playing incredible golf to get himself onto the PGA Tour with the PGA Tour card. He's got $4.6 million in earnings. That is a lot of really good golf playing. But for me, the most insane news of all is Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson did not pull it off this year. He did not secure his spot to keep his card on the PGA Tour. After being the coach, the team lead, the captain of the Ryder Cup, duking it out in Rome, hanging in there with Team USA at the Ryder Cup. No, it didn't go great for him, but nobody ever wins the Ryder Cup on the other team's soil. But either way, he comes back home to not finish the year and keep a PGA Tour card. He's a Masters winner. And you even think about the Masters. If you win the Masters 1 time, you have lifetime exemption to stay and be invited back and continue playing in the Masters. But it doesn't work that way on the PGA Tour. It doesn't matter how many wins you have previously in your career. It matters how you're playing right now. If that isn't keeping you in the top 125, then you're not keeping your card. Now, these guys do have a few routes to potentially make their way back into the tour. The least exciting of these options, of course, is heading back to Q School, which is basically the qualifying program to get yourself back on the PGA Tour, which means these guys are going to be scrapping it out with some of the best up-and-coming players in the world to try and compete to get their spot back on the tour. Or you head back to the Korn Ferry Tour, which is like the minor leagues of professional golf. Again, some of the best up-and-coming players in the world fighting to get points, fighting to earn their way back into the PGA Tour. And of course, there's the route of a sponsorship exemption, which the various sponsors of the big events get a chance to hand out some invitations to certain players to let them into the event, but those aren't guaranteed. As well as the past performance exemptions. If you're a top money earner throughout your career, which Zach Johnson has actually used 2 times to regain his PGA Tour card, is a path to get you back on tour. But either way, this is insane to hear such incredible names lose their spot on the PGA Tour and have to fight to get back in. And I'm telling you, these guys belong on the PGA Tour, but their spot just went away.